thanks so much for listening to this episode of Don't Filter Feelings. I'm Lauren Layfield, and on this podcast, we have conversations about the issues that matter with people who have stories to share. And this episode is all about relationships and some of those questions that you may have to answer with your partner. And sitting with me around the table today is Luke, Jerdy, and Jake Quickenden. Luke and Jake, welcome to Don't Filter Feelings. We are currently recording this podcast in the Lomax's living room at the set of on Hollyoaks. Do you hang out here, Luke? Is this your domain when you're on Hollyoaks?
No. This is where I had my audition, actually.
Was it?
Back in the day, yeah, about 4 years ago now.
Was you a little nervous thing when you come in? I
was very nervous, yeah, but I masked it with brash confidence.
That's the way to do it, isn't it?
That's how I get through life. That's what I do with everything.
Yeah, it's a good tactic, I think. Brilliant. Yeah. But no, I was very nervous, yeah.
The first question that we ask people here on Don't Filter Feelings is, how are you feeling? How are you feeling today, Luke? You can tell us all, honestly as well.
Yeah, I feel good today, I think.
Jake, how are you feeling today?
Great.
Why?
I'm always feeling great.
Okay, speaking of feeling good, congratulations, Luke.
Thank you very much.
You have just got engaged.
I have just got engaged.
Tell us all.
Well,
and make it romantic, come on.
And make it romantic. Well, it was romantic. I've been with Daisy, who used to be on the show playing Kim. We've been together just over 3 years, and we went on a holiday to Greece with her family, her mum and her dad and her sister and her sister's boyfriend. And I had a ring ready, designed it myself, and took it out there with me, and then proposed at a restaurant by the beach.
Did you cry?
In front of her family. I didn't cry, actually. I was quite nervous, and I think because I'd been building up to it for so long, and I think because of her family were there as well, I was much more like...
Did you do it in front of the family?
I did, yeah.
Wow,
did you?
That's fresh.
I wasn't going to, and then I spoke to her dad about it, and he was like, no, do it in front of everyone so I can film it. So when your fiance's dad's saying that to you, you kind of have to listen to him.
One knee?
Yeah.
What's that?
Did you get on one knee?
Oh, yeah, I did get on one knee. Yeah, her dad filmed it.
Oh, we need to get that footage and have a little look at that.
That footage won't be released.
Is it sacred?
Yeah, it's a private family video.
Will you sell it to OK Magazine?
I was going to say, as soon as the OK Magazine shoots out, it'll be released.
It depends how much they offer.
Yeah, exactly. What was it like meeting somebody on the show? Because we obviously talk about relationships today. Did you ever expect that to happen?
Well, we didn't meet on the show. Oh. I knew her before that through a friend. So, we met kind of 2012, 13.
Oh, so you know each other a long time.
Yeah, but never like properly friends. But I knew her, and then kind of reconnected when I came here.
So he set his sights in 2012. It's like, that's the one. I will make her mine.
I mean, I definitely set my sights when I knew that I got the job and I knew she was here. Yeah. I was like, I really like this girl. So I definitely did that, yeah. It was fine, actually. I mean, we didn't have a lot of scenes together.
Right.
Like, whereas like, a couple like Rory and Nadine who have met on the show and they have lots of scenes together, I'd imagine it's very different for them.
Yeah.
We had like the odd scene.
That could make or break it as well, isn't it? Like, if you actually worked with that person intensely, you might actually decide, I don't really like them after all.
Yeah, I think so. I think it'd be a real test to, work in that close proximity all the time.
I did a musical with Daisy.
Oh, yeah?
For 6 months.
What's she like?
Ledge.
We're going to go for the word ledge. Legend.
No, she's proper. Yeah, we really got on. She's talented and just lovely. And I met Madge a few times when he came down to watch the show. And we was like, she was my love interest in the show.
Oh, well, that's awkward.
No, it wasn't at all.
Come on,
it wasn't at all. She's literally like my sister.
Did you have to do some snogging?
It wasn't even a snog, was it? It was like a peck on the
Did you have to watch some snogging?
Yeah, well, I watched.
She wanted it to be a snog. She was like, "Let's do tongues and all that." And I was like, Madge is here. Like, we shouldn't really do it like that. No, it was literally not romantic at all because I was a hippie. We was both hippies, and it was just like. That was
What's
it.
that?
Like,
bear in mind, we're doing a podcast right now. No one can see what you just did.
I did like a little.
I don't know what that means either.
We've smashed faces more than times than did anything. You know what I mean? And these teeth are hard to miss. I literally thought these veneers were going to pop out a few times. Like, Daisy, calm down. I know you want to get it done over and quick. Like, but watch the teeth.
Before we started doing this podcast, our producer referred to you as less traditional than Luke.
Okay.
In terms of the romance world. What do you take from that?
Well, I'm not traditional because I'm open to like my life is kind of on public. For the public to see. It's on social media a lot. It's kind of had to be because that's kind of what got me to where I am.
Where you kind of
all
came
my
from.
shows that I've done, X Factor, people don't always see the real you. They're always going to have like an opinion on you no matter what. But I try and show my actual personality on my Instagram, so the people that do watch it go, actually, he's just a normal geezer. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, but you still get people like, oh, you're this and that. But like,
What do you mean this and that? What do people think you are?
Well, even Daisy, when she's like, if you look at your photos, not necessarily my videos, it's your photos top off and.
Now, I went on his Instagram.
It's revealing. I'm
not judging.
Yeah, like that's the thing. But people do judge, and people automatically think he's a big head or he loves himself. No, not really. I'm actually quite normal.
What impact has that had on relationships, girls that you've met, good or bad?
Obviously, you get like
Loads of girls sliding in the DMs.
The DMs are.
It's popping.
It's popping. No, it's not. It's not actually, because I post a lot of stuff over my girlfriend as well. And that's another thing about being a traditionalist and all this stuff. Like, I do post me and Soph, so then that opens up for people to have an opinion on our relationship because I post it. If you don't post everything here and there, but I'm like, I love her to bits, I'm going to post a photo of her. But then you get people with an opinion. I'm not posting it for Dave, who's working on the building site, to say that I'm a tool. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm posting it because that's my girlfriend, and that's what social media is for. But yeah, people have opinions, and like I do post me and Soph a lot. Because I want to show her personality as well. She's great.
Can we just briefly mention Jake's incredible joke that he was unaware of there? He said, Dave on the building site calling me a tool. Brilliant work.
I knew.
You did know. That was great.
Really good.
Yeah.
Really good.
This is what people don't think I'm funny. I'm actually hilarious.
We've just proved it. You definitely are.
But that's another, like, Daisy. I don't know. I massively went off track there. But when Daisy met me, she said, I didn't think you'd be like you are.
Because she made a judgment of you based on social media.
She made a judgment on the fact that I post topless photos and it looks like I take myself quite serious.
Yeah.
When it's the total opposite. The total opposite. And when people meet me, they often go, you're nothing like I expected. And I'm like, that's because you judge people.
What's it like to enter a relationship knowing that you're in the public eye and that you're potentially going to pull somebody else into that?
It's very strange because...
Like, what does Sophie do, if you're allowed to say?
She's a personal assistant.
Right.
Yeah, and she does beauty, stuff like that, and she's not interested at all. But I don't really have a celebrity kind of lifestyle. I don't go to the opening of a crisp packet. Like, I don't do any of that stuff. It don't really appeal to me. I go home and I see my mates when I've got a spare minute.
Yeah.
But it is hard. Like, Soph's had bad comments about her, saying she's ugly and all this stuff, and I'm like, why people say that? And she gets judged from going out with me when really, like, people don't understand. Like, you're on the world, you're searching for happiness at the end of the day. That's like, we're here to be happy.
You've been through public breakup.
Yeah, I've been through. Yeah.
What is it like?
It's horrible.
In that moment where you know this relationship's coming to an end.
It's horrible because relationships break up for so many different reasons, and people automatically judge you on that relationship, and they make up an assumption of why you've broken up, and nobody knows the truth apart from the two people that are involved.
Then because obviously we have social media now, which is amazing, and it gives us all a platform to say the things we want. Is it tempting to do the kind of like, I'm going to issue a statement?
I didn't do that.
Because some people do and some people don't.
Yeah, I haven't done that because I didn't feel the need to, because it's no one else's business.
But would it not stop the press sticking their oars in?
People are always going to have an opinion, no matter what you say. But my breakups that have happened in the public eye, they haven't been for certain reasons, and this is what I say. People are like, oh, you seem so happy on your Instagram, and it's like, yeah, but you don't know everything that goes on, and nobody did anything wrong. People grow apart, and that's all there is to it. And like, I can't say a bad word about any ex-girlfriends because they were amazing, but things happen and people change and your life moves in different directions, and that's all it is. Nobody's a bad person. And I don't necessarily want somebody to be judging me on breaking up with people or something's happened in the but it's gonna happen, and that's the one downside to being on TV is people have opinions about you and automatically think you're a bad person. And it actually gets to me. I've suffered quite bad from people thinking I'm not a nice person because I pride myself on being nice and being polite, and that's what my mum and dad gave me morals when I was growing up. Like, just be nice to people, treat people like you want to be treated.
It's a strange thing that you are assumed to just not be nice just because you're on telly or something, isn't it? It's
mad, but you're gonna get it.
Yeah.
If you continue to put yourself out there and be on TV, you're gonna get it, and people are gonna judge your relationships.
Do you still keep in contact with your exes?
I don't not keep in contact, but...
What does that mean? Hang on.
Like, you don't... I'm not going to be like, what's happening, what you doing? Do you know what I mean?
Right.
But, like, if I saw any of my exes, I'd be really nice. I'd be civil. I'd be nice.
If you just saw them in
of course.
the street or something.
Of course, like I say, like, I don't hold grudges against anyone. Like, life's far too short to hold grudges for anything. So
I think that's really brave.
I wish the best to everybody. Like, and if I'm happier and my exes are happier, then that's a good thing. Do you know what I mean? Like...
See, I don't know if I'm a bit like...
Would you
once
talk to
something's
your
dead,
exes?
to me, it's dead. I'm out. I'm gone. And my head's down. I never want to see them ever again.
Have you bumped into an ex before?
Yeah, and it's always been awkward, but I think it's because I've made it awkward.
Yeah.
Do you know? Because it's just, I don't know what to say. I don't know what to do. I don't know, like, I don't like it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have... Like, none of my relationships ended really badly, but I don't speak to any of my exes, no.
Have you ever...
I think if they got in touch, I'd reply. I mean, there's one of my exes that I
suspicious
messaged
though, if they got in touch. Like, what do they want?
Yeah, possibly. Yeah. I don't.
We was a bit drunk the other week and... This is going to come out now. And just said...
With no pressure whatsoever, can we just
this
say?
is going to come out now. We could literally cut it and start this again. You don't have to say this.
I feel like podcast got to be open, haven't you?
Go on.
A group of us girls decided to...
Message their ex.
Message like a group of sort of exes that we had when we was at school, which was a long time ago now. And not one of them messaged us back.
Ouch.
Wow, but
Ouch.
Sad that, isn't it? And
you went out with the same boy?
No. It wasn't. We weren't all going out. We all kind of fancied each other. It was that kind of thing. Not strictly exes, but we sent them all a group message on Facebook. We sent some kind of message about some kind of nostalgic thing that happened when we was at school, and not one of them replied.
Wow.
That's heartbreaking, that, isn't it?
Nah.
Well, you just said that you think that everything should be good in the world.
It should, but it
so
don't.
why
It don't mean
back?
Because it's all right being good in the world, but I'm like, I don't think you should go out your way because people have moved on, they've grown in different ways. You shouldn't go out your way to contact an ex. Weird. But like I said, if you bump into one, like my first girlfriend at school, like if I bumped into her now, I'd go out my way to be nice and be happy that they're happy.
Do you think you can still be friends with an ex?
I wouldn't say mates, nah.
Not at all.
No, you can't. I don't think you could see your ex and then be pally with them.
So one of my friends considers her ex-boyfriend one of her best mates, and they still like go to the cinema and go out for dinner and stuff like that.
I think
Has she got
and she has got a new
And what's he say?
He is very silent on the matter.
I suppose it depends how the relationship ended, and if either one of you still has feelings for each other, then you can't be friends. But I would never rule it out.
I don't.
Particularly now, I'd happily go and have dinner with not all of my exes, a couple.
If Soph now was like, I'm gonna pop cinema with
Right.
I'd be like,
yeah, that's weird.
When you get back, I will be gone. You are not going to the cinema with your ex.
Yeah, that's weird. Yeah, not one-on-one to the cinema. No.
What about honesty in a relationship? How important is honesty? Have you ever told any lies? To your fiance, and do you want to confess it now?
No, not to Daisy. No.
The answer.
I honestly never have. And it's the first relationship I've been in where I've been completely honest. I mean, I couldn't lie to her about anything. I feel horrendously guilty.
Yeah, I suffer bad one guilt.
And I suppose I potentially lied to her about proposing because she didn't know about that, but that's okay.
Yeah,
isn't
that's
it?
like a nice.
Yeah, I mean,
lie.
I know I sound like an angel, but honestly, with Daisy, I've never told her a lie. But in previous relationships, I was bad. Like, yeah, I've been unfaithful before and told lots of lies and kind of saw it as I don't feel like I clearly wasn't in love with them.
And do you think that's the crux of it? Because
I think so, yeah.
I've had mates who've been horrendously cheated on, and they can't kind of wrap their head around why it's happened to them. Had a mate who, like, he was like a prolific cheater. He'd cheated with numerous people at the same time. And as far as I know, that person is now settled down with this girl, and they've been living a complete... And I think it's because she wasn't the one, but this new girl maybe is the one, and that's what kind of nipped it in the bud.
I think so, yeah. I mean, there'll be a lot of... I think there'll be a lot of people out there that can tell you that they are in a loving, committed relationship, even if if one of them has strayed once or whatever. It doesn't mean that they don't love the other person, but I think it does.
I was watching a really interesting YouTube channel recently, and this guy is like a philosopher on love, and he essentially says that we view love now as this big romantic thing because we've all been brought up on like Disney and everyone's got to fall in love and find the one and all that kind of thing. But actually, if we're looking at relationships realistically, sometimes that stuff isn't realistic. People can be at different levels of engagement with the other person, and
relationships are hard,
and it's not as black and white as two people fall in love and that's it.
No, it's not. Relationships are hard. You got to work on them. Like me and Soph, we argue like most minutes.
Most minutes.
Most days we argue, and like, but it don't mean we don't love each other. Like,
no.
Relationships are tough. I've in the past, I've growing up, I've seen like loads of different girls at the same time, blah blah blah. And yeah, you growing up, you change when you get older, and you realise. Like, I realise one thing now that is really, like, for me, my girlfriend's beautiful, but I think having a connection and things in common and stuff is so much more meaningful now. And I think that's a hard thing for social media because everyone's judged on looks, and I think it's just important to have a connection, have things in common, and just really get along with each other. Do you know what I mean? Like, but yeah, I lie all the time.
What's the...
But it's little.
Worst
I wouldn't like. No,
told.
I don't know. Like, I'm sure I've said some bad ones, but like they're not hurtful lies.
Right.
They're little lies. Like, what time did you get in last night? It's like 2, when I was still out. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, stuff like that. Like, I'm not doing anything wrong, but
why do you feel the need to say that if you did get
scared?
6? Because she'd be upset.
I don't know actually. No, I don't know.
Maybe
like,
it's come from previous experiences.
Yeah, where I've had to kind of say,
because I felt like that. I suppose with certain situations, I'd be like, oh, should
I tell her?
Yeah, and then it's like, well, of course I do, because it's Daisy, but it's from previous
of course.
experiences. I think
I had one thing where I was gonna tell a lie, and I was gonna take it to the grave, and I lasted 24 hours before I was like, I've got to tell you
that's
everything.
A good sign, though.
Because
I think
that's just something that I was like.
Did it cause badness in the relationship?
Not at all.
Oh, right.
And that was the amazing thing. It was because of being open and honest about something saved it. Do you know what I mean? Whereas actually, if you kind of keep the lie, and that sort of whatever it is gets found out years and years down the line when you're at the wedding altar, Luke. Do you know what I mean? It comes out then you're in a world of trouble then, aren't you?
But sometimes lies are good.
Come on. Expand.
Soph comes back, she's had a new trim. Does it look nice? You're thinking, that looks horrendous.
Yeah, do you know?
But you go, babe, you look nice, whatever.
Oh my God.
I do.
Do you know what I mean?
I'm with you on that.
I do agree with that one.
Saving people's feelings is a big thing.
I think I do agree with that one, although I still can't do it if there's something that Daisy's wearing or whatever, and I don't think it's that good. I'll be like, I'm not sure.
Yeah.
But like when a girl hears that, like they crumble inside. They're like, oh my God, he thinks I'm ugly.
I am in agreement with Jay.
Yeah.
I do think with stuff like that, it should be, you look fantastic, because they always do look fantastic.
Yeah.
But it's just if there's... Yeah, if
I take the mick out of Soap if she's got something on that I don't think it's nice. I'm like, what are you doing?
There's
there's another way of doing it.
It's a good thing as well, because it means you're actually mates with that person.
Yeah.
You can rag on them a bit.
Yeah,
Whereas
definitely.
if you were
She's the
actually trying
worst
to
for
please
me.
them...
She's horrible to me.
Really?
Oh God, yeah. She
Taking the mick out of all your muscles,
if I've put a t-shirt, she's literally... I went through a little stage recently when I was wearing like some really weird stuff. I bought it was like a zookeeper's vest.
A what?
Like, it had big pockets. It looked like I was off fishing, right?
Oh, I've seen them
Do you
in
know
like
what?
Urban Outfitters.
Yeah,
and stuff.
I saw one on social media. I thought he looked quite cool, so I bought
Did you
one
put
from
that
Urban
on
Outfitters.
just naked?
No, with a t-shirt, obviously. And
Oh,
I put
yeah,
it on,
that's
and I posted a photo. People were like, "Yeah, you look mint." The one comment was from Soph. She's like, "What the hell are you wearing? Take it off now." And I'm like, that. I'm really glad that she'd be open like that.
Yeah.
But she just had her hair dyed, and she had it dyed really dark, and it went a bit wrong. She did a box colour by herself. So it serves her right for being cheap, really. But so she box coloured it, and it went proper dark, and she did look like Wednesday Addams from Thingy. And she's like, "Does it look all right?" I was like, "Yeah, it looks fine." I was thinking, can't wait till that fades a bit. I told her the other day she did look like Wednesday Addams because it's back to normal now.
Sorry, I'm just digging a hole for Jake to jump into.
Can we cut this out? But no, but you know what I mean? That little white lie. It's like if I was self-conscious about something, like, what do I not like about myself? I like everything. But
Right.
I need a wig.
Cheating. You can't have a wig.
Okay.
You can have one more question, then you go for it.
Right.
Cheating. What constitutes as a cheat in your eyes? Kiss?
Yeah.
Texting?
Texting.
Full-
I think sometimes like people can make mistakes. People can make mistakes, and I feel like a kiss is much worse, not as bad as somebody purposely going out the way and texting someone else, because there's thought there. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
If Sophie's texting a lad for like weeks on end, then I'm not making her happy. I have to look at myself and why that's kind of broken down and why she feels the need to go to somebody else. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I always say that if she was on a night out and she had a few Patrons and that, and she was dancing with a guy, and she said, "Look, I was dancing with a guy last night," I would not class that as cheating. I'd also class it as good that she told me. But I feel like if there's thought there and you've gone around it and you've actually texted somebody and you've met up, and that's much worse.
I heard a really, again, I can't mention names, but I heard
Oh, you can.
No,
You're
I
dropping
actually
on in.
can't. This isn't even my friend. This is someone else's friend, but a lad who would have regular trips to Las Vegas or somewhere it was, and would have a ceremonial removing of the ring.
I've been on a stag do before. This was years ago, and it's none of my close mates. If any of them listen to this, they don't even come watch me in any shows that I do, so they're not going to listen to this podcast. But they don't support me. He actually, right, and he wasn't doing it to do anything wrong. We was walking somewhere, I can't even remember where, and there was some girls around, and messing around, he went, "Oh, I'm back tonight," and as he took it off, it flew through the air and dropped down a grid in the street. A drain in the street.
So how do you explain
And he wasn't
that?
even going to. He was doing it to make us laugh, and that happened. And I'm like, wow.
So then you have to go back home to the half and say, "I've lost my ring."
But I reckon if he'd have just said, "Look, I was doing it to mess around," it'd probably been all right.
Yeah, but
I don't know how it
she
was sorted
take
out because I wasn't that
kindly-
close to him. I just
Would
thought
she
it was
take kindly
hilarious.
to knowing their other half was having a right old laugh pretending to be single? Because that's
But
not cool.
Do you know
either,
what the thing is? He wasn't pretending to be single. He was doing it like more taking the mess out of himself. "Oh, guys, here I am. Like, none of you lot are going to have a chance because I'm here," and it flew through the air. And I was just like, wow, that is brilliant.
Oh my God.
That is brilliant.
Cheating? As someone who self-admittedly has dabbled,
Ooh.
Yeah.
what is your level of
Interesting.
cheating?
Yeah.
What's your level of cheating?
I agree with basically everything that Jake said. Yeah.
Have you ever had that though when someone like pings a text through to you or a DM or whatever,
We get
and you know what they're getting at?
Yeah, we get DMs all the time, but like I said with the relationship I'm in now, it's a year in and it's fairly new, really. We've bought a house and stuff, but I am so incredibly so she really does make me really happy, and it's little things that she does that I think that she's amazing. Like, she's an amazing mum. Like, incredible mum. So I know if I had my first child with her, then she's amazing already. Do you know what I mean? And she's so caring, she's so supportive and stuff like that. Like, I wouldn't want to hurt her, and the guilt thing as well. It's a horrible thing. Like, do you know what I mean? So I don't really know where I'm going. I just wanted.
So
to
just
tell
to
her.
confirm, despite everything we've said around this table today, we all love our partners very dearly.
Yeah.
And
She'll howl at this.
we're not going to be naughty.
She'll actually really love this. I know so well. She'll be like, "That's funny."
Right, advice then. If you are in a relationship, your top bit of advice that you'd give.
You got to be happy in your own individual selves before you think of getting in a relationship. So go out there and do things that make you happy, that you don't need to rely on your partner. And I think it's very important to be friends with your partner, like do things together, and kind of make time and put them first.
Lovely. Luke?
Never go to bed on an argument.
Oh, that's a good one.
I always do.
I feel like the argument would never end with Jake.
Yeah,
like,
I mean,
it would just go on for days.
There's been times where we've argued and it's late at night and I've gone, we're not going to sleep until we've sorted this.
Oh, no.
It was my granddad's saying, and he was together with my grandma for
very true.
years and years and years, like 50, 60 years. And I think it's a good one to live by, because you never want to wake up in the morning feeling like you haven't resolved an argument.
This is the thing, though. This is the thing with me and Soph, right?
Go on.
We could have a blistering row in the morning. I'd be like, morning.
Oh no, that's so annoying.
But she's like, she'll hold the grudge.
Yeah.
That's where we are different, because we can argue about something, and then I'll be like, do you want a brew? And then she ignores me.
Yeah.
And then it really riles me up, because I'm like, I'm fine now. And
yeah, you're fine. She's not fine.
I know, but we've started to sort this and speak about it. Like, I need to know that if I've upset her, then I need to...
Imagine you're just annoyed, and
Make
then
up
that
for it, rather than just
your
be like,
face, being cheery.
I like that as a quality, though, because I think sometimes it is you just want to let it go, don't you? But then the other person doesn't, and you have to work at that. But I'm sometimes like that. I'm like, can we just forget it and then just start being funny again? But
I will never let it go until I win.
Oh, well, that's Soph as well. Next time I have an argument, I'll ring you up and you can talk her over.
Yeah. Luke and Jake, thank you so much for joining us and not filtering your feelings. If you want more Don't Filter Feelings, you can search the hashtag or check out Hollyoaks on your social feeds. And if you've been affected by anything you've heard on this podcast or seen on Hollyoaks, there's help and support over at channel4.com/support. Really hope you've enjoyed this podcast. Please leave us a rating and review the episode wherever it is that you listen. And coming up on the next episode of Don't Filter Feelings.
I've had 4 surrogate babies. I just thought it was such a waste for me not to help somebody.